Before I had the chance to test the Grand Seiko Snowflake, I thought it was the watch I wanted from the brand, and one I've inevitably added to my personal collection as a representation of just how far Japanese watchmaking has come. However, after reviewing it a few weeks back, I found myself second-guessing adding it into my personal collection. The proportions and sizing for what I would consider a dress-to-casual watch felt too cumbersome when I had it on the wrist, despite my love for the dial, use of titanium, and innovation of the spring drive movement. I still wanted a watch from the brand as I have an appreciation for what they're doing, but I couldn't see any of the current models fit into what I was looking for. However, when Grand Seiko introduced the Seasons collection a few months back, with slimmer case design and a new array of dial material options, I immediately fell in love and have since rejuvenated my dream of one day adding one of these to my personal collection. Today, I have the Spring Edition in for review, and the one I believe to be best of the series. I've had the pleasure of having it on the wrist the past couple days, and confidently say it's the best Grand Seiko to date, and one I would definitely pick it up in the future. That being, Grand Seiko still selling them in the future, as this is a US market exclusive. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So why is the Grand Seiko for me, and possibly for you? Well, for starters, the Spring Edition features Grand Seiko's 965 spring drive technology, boasting a 72-hour power reserve, having a date and power reserve complication, and still incorporating that buttery, smooth, sweeping seconds hand it's famous for. I actually found the spring drives fit in the spring and winter versions to operate much more smoothly than the previous Snowflake, making it much more pleasant to set the time or simply charge up the power reserve. The case is also 12mm in the thickness, roughly 0.5mm thinner than the previous Snowflake models. The extra thinness combined with the new case design to the Seasons collection allows the watch to hug your wrists much better and slide in the cuff with ease. Additionally, the spring variant only comes in titanium. I know it's a positive or negative to some people, however for me it's a positive as it's a nice change of pace from my current daily and much heavier Black Bay GMT. I even found myself at times forgetting it was on my wrist when I wasn't checking the time and getting lost in that dial. Speaking of dials, by far my favorite out of the collection, and arguably the best in Grand Seiko's current lineup to date. I'm aware salmon dials have been popular recently in Mont Blancs and Pateks in particular. Yeah, I think Grand Seiko is a strong contender for one of the best ones available. In the right lighting, you'll catch that rich pink pop off your wrist. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture it here on camera, however trust me when I say it's amazing. Most of the time it'll appear as it does in this video as a pale pink and harsh lighting almost white. I actually prefer this. While I do enjoy the pop of pink at times, it would become too much for me and my style if it was like that all the time. It reminds me of the SBGA 387, that being the Blue Snowflake Limited Edition released last year. Incredibly bright and glistening in any light situation. You can see the watch 30 feet away and know exactly what it is, and that's not a bad thing, but that's just not for me. I also enjoy the new dial textures. I don't believe there's an official nickname for these yet. They remind me of clouds and have a lighter look to them than the Snowflakes. I still prefer the texture of the Snowflake, but this is a close second. One thing I do enjoy more in the Snowflake is the fact you get that subtle taste of pink all the time to mix it up from your other watches, yet it doesn't overpower the wrist and feel like you can only wear it with a couple outfits. It's more versatile, tasteful, and exceptionally well executed on Grand Seiko's part. The inspiration in cherry blossoms is also a nice touch, symbolizing new beginnings in Japan, one I personally appreciate and one I am sure the marketing department at Grand Seiko does as well, as I suspect this to be the best selling out of the four. Now after all that, is this the watch for you? Well, I'm happy to say that this is a complete home run for me. Grand Seiko addressed nearly all the issues I have with the Snowflake, incorporating better ergonomics with a slimmer case, a more pleasant experience operating the crown, and a fresh new take on what constitutes as a great dress and everyday watch. My only gripe still lies with the bracelet. I still like to see a more secure clasp, as at times I do feel it can be a bit flimsy on the wrist, especially with the steel models. I also wish they kept the lug width at 20mm instead of the odd 21mm. That really limits your options for aftermarket straps. Those are small negatives in the sea of improvements Grand Seiko has done with this release. I will definitely be adding this watch to my collection in the future, as long as Grand Seiko continues to put them on sale. This being US exclusive, I don't know how long that will last, as the brand has a tough time gaining traction with enthusiasts and non-enthusiasts alike. But they have been getting into the spotlight recently, which is always good to see. Price is $6,300 US, it only comes in $500 more than the Snowflake. I think it's completely reasonable given the innovations I mentioned, plus the quirkiness of the Spring Edition in particular. You don't see Grand Seikos that often in the wild, or salmon dials in general, so when you combine the two, you know you're getting something truly special. This watch and the rest of season's collection is currently available at Richard Phillips Jewelers, who are an official authorized dealer for Grand Seiko. A link will be provided in the video description. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the Grand Seiko Spring Drive, or maybe a watch you want to see next. I am trying to do more affordable options. I have been getting emails from you guys. My content recently has been more expensive luxury options, so I will be hitting those more affordable options in the coming week, so stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram. I'll link in the video description on that, so you can follow my bench there if you want to. And yeah, that's about it, guys. As always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.